Welcome to the second perek of Sefer Iyov. Things are still going downhill for Iyov. The Satan beforehand tested Iyov's resolve by taking away some wealth and his children. Now the Satan is afflicting Iyov's entire body with boils. Iyov's faith begins to crack. Now again, there's a machlokes about how much it cracked. Was it genuinely cracking? Was he just asking questions? So we're going to quote a couple of the opinions in general, but note that as an introduction. The Pasuk says that Iyov didn't sin with his lips. This pasuk Yud. Chazal pick up on this, saying that maybe with his lips he didn't sin. Rashi quotes this, but his thoughts he did sin. It says Iyov sat on the ashes, a sign of mourning. Ibn Ezra says in pasuk Ches, and his three friends come to visit him, and they can't recognize him due to his suffering. They tear their garments, they cry, they sit for 7 days in silence. That's really important in terms of empathy and understanding. You don't need to speak the whole time. 7 days in silence before Iyov opens his mouth and he curses the day on which he was born. There is a bit of a discussion who these three friends exactly are. Let me just quote you some of the opinions over here. Who are these three friends? So one is Eliphaz. Some say it's Medrash Koheles Rabbah. He was the son of Esav. Of course, it depends which generation this was. And Eliphaz is mentioned in Vayishlach as the son of Esav. Others say no, he was one of Esav's descendants. That Targum Yonason says in Bereshis. Rashi says he was just from the same country as Esav. This is from Teman, and that's Rashi says in the beginning of the fourth perek of Iyov. Ibn Ezra says that one of the other three friends was the son of Keturah, the wife of Avraham. Then we've got Elihu, who comes at the end. He's of these three friends, arguments are basically rejected. Some say he was Nachor, it's Abraham's brother, of course, or he was a Kohen from Yechezkel. Again, it all depends exactly how. What happens is we have the three friends, we're going to meet them. Elihu waits for the others to speak first, because the others were older than him. Then Elihu comes on the scene. The other friends we're going to meet, not only Eliphaz, but Sophar and Bildad. They are going to be the other two characters in Sefer Iyov. We're going to see in perek 3 the theological complaints. It's just worth noting a beautiful idea of Chaim Shulevitz. Again, it's a very hard idea to convey because you can't say it to someone suffering, but he says the following. He says there were three advisors in Mitzrayim. There was Bilam, there was Iyov and Yisro, and they were advising Paro. Paro's, the advice, Paro said, should we kill the kids? Should we execute them? What should we do? What should we do with the Jewish children? So Bilam was the one who pushed for execution, and he himself was executed. Yisro fled. He couldn't do anything. He fled, so that he was rewarded. And Iyov was quiet. Iyov said nothing, and therefore Iyov was afflicted with this punishments that made him cry out. That is the medrash. Says Chaim Shulevitz, or ask Chaim Shulevitz, I don't understand. It sounds like Bilam got a less severe punishment than Iyov. His kids died, afflictions, horrible illnesses, and all that. Sounds like Bilam, who did worse, got off with an easier thing. He got killed. Not a life of suffering, killed. So Chaim Shulevitz, no. You see the Simchas HaChaim of just being alive. Iyov was alive. Yes, he was suffering and horrible, difficult, but there's a certain Simchas HaChaim, a certain fulfillment in just being alive. That's what Iyov had over Bilam. That's a beautiful idea of Chaim Shulevitz. That's the second perek of Sefer Iyov.